All right, guys, these are the new AEA air cartridges. I want you to take a look at the top here. Do you see there's tiny scratches? Let me take a look here. There's one right here. And there's a couple more. You can see where it's going that way. Yep, that one right there. There's a few more. They're hard to see, but they're there. What is that caused by? That is caused by the firing pin. Yes, the firing pin. Now you have to remember, when this bubble is like this, that means this thing is ready to go. Any type of puncture like this, puncturing it, that will break and it will fire on its own. In here, you'll notice when I load this empty one in here, there is a bounce. You slam this closed, what do you think can happen? This can burst without you even pull the trigger. This is going to be the top of our discussion today. Hold on, let's take a look at exactly what I'm talking about. Reviews. So a couple of days ago, I put a video on my first impressions review of the new AEA Harpoon. I gave it a great first impressions review, and I still think it's well down, and I can show you exactly what's happening. Okay, so when you cock this, let me cock this real quick, and I'm going to show you what we've got. Let me take a flashlight so you can see. The firing pins are right in here. Oh, come on, what happened here? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, there is one of your firing pins right there. Okay, it does clear this metal casing, so it's fairly safe. There's the other one, you do not see it. So at this point, when you load it, you are pretty safe. That's not an issue. Now, let's see something else here. I'm gonna close it, I'm gonna do my 2 fires. All right, now say you just wanna load this and not cock it. And the reason why you would do this is because if there's an emergency, you don't have to bother loading the shells into it. You just grab it, you cock it, and you can fire it. However, let me show you something. Now that I fired it, I want to show you what the firing pins look like now. Do you see how they stick out? That one actually is just sticking out, just barely. You can see it right there. The other one is in almost to a safe mode, but not quite. But it is right at the edge. That can be a problem. Now let me show you something else with it. I'm gonna point the camera down just a little bit more and hopefully I can pick this up. This is a canister like this. Now, for you people who don't understand, that is your disperse. If that's punctured, your weapon will fire, especially if it has a round in it like this. When they're not filled up, if you look at that disperse, it is flat. But when they're filled up, because it's under pressure, it gets raised. You see how that has a bubble to it. Now I'm going to put this in here, and I want to show you what happens. When I go to close it, let me see if you can see that. Here. Okay, there's my firing pin. There is a good look at it. There's my firing pin right here. And you can see it's sticking out just a little bit. So what happens here, it's touching. Right there. So what's happening, this has a bounce to it. There's a possibility, a good possibility, that when you close this and this springs, that could shoot. You see it has a very hard time closing. You have to kind of slam it shut to get it around here, which eventually will wear that pin down. But see, you can see right where it is, right there. Pretty dangerous if you ask me. So these firing pins are completely different from the ones in the AEA. This is an AEA Defender from my pistol. You can see them in there. And how these work is the hammer strikes this, and this pokes out like that, and then retracts back in. Now, they've also had some problems with the Defenders in the way that these have blown, whoa, there it goes, have blown out. But this is going to bring me to the next point. No matter what you have, whether it's an AE Defender or the Harpoon, always inspect these, because there is a chance that one of these pins can get stuck outward. There's always that chance. There's always that possibility that that can happen. Something jams up in the weapon, and next thing you know, you load it and not realizing it, and you close it up and it fires. Always point whatever you have safely to the ground, and making sure the ground surface is not hard, that the lead pellet or projectile can bounce off of it and hit somebody. These things are a different animal when it comes to, these are high pressure, 4,500 to 5,000 pounds. The only thing that is stopping this from going off is this very thin disc burst that is in here. That's it. Super wafer thin, 5,000 PSI. So another point is, if you're carrying this, if you have a bag, like I keep a bag, field bag, always keep your air cartridges away from everything else that's in there. For instance, I have this, and the reason why I keep this pick with it is to get out when it's already blown, to get one of these burst discs out. It's easy to do it. But this little guy, if it gets tangled up and it hits that center of that, this will blow. So you got to be very careful with this type of thing. Always pack these separately. Never keep these stored with the actual projectile in there. You're asking for a lot of trouble. Make sure that these are like this. And of course, a lot of times you're gonna have to fill them because of where you're going. You want them filled. Just do not put this on. It is unsafe to keep this guy loaded in here. I find it very interesting that AEA did not put a manual. There is no manual on here. And I want to show you something. You grab the Byrna manual or almost any other gun, and you're going to see all these warnings. You've got like 3 or 4 pages of warnings of what not to do, and then it has all your features. There's nothing on here. In today's world, that's kind of crazy. I really haven't seen that. You get a cup of coffee from a Stewart's or from McDonald's, and you can see a little caution that it's hot. Well, that seems like it's obvious, but McDonald's got sued for millions of dollars for that. Your window shades now, they're all cordless. You will not find a window shade that has a cord anymore. They've deleted them because of the risk of injury. And you know what? Still, when you open up a cordless one, there's some type of freaking warning on it. So it's kind of crazy that this type of thing is going, and it's just going to take one accident before these things are going to be they're going to be regulated. UK has big regulations on them right now. You can only have things that are 12 foot-pounds or something like that. We will get there if this type of stuff happens. We have to keep our community safe. So if you find that there's a danger in something like I have, now I'm going to rethink this of keeping it loaded. And again, it is only when you have it in this position. When you cock it, those firing pins will go back and it's in a safe. So think again about storing this in your cylinders in here, ready to go. because it could be dangerous, and if you can do that, make sure you put it in a safe position. But also, you will be damaging and probably wearing down your pin. Anyhow, that is my safety warning for today. As I look through these things, and I haven't even shot this yet. My next video is also going to be cleaning the barrels and oiling it. There seems to be not a drop of oil on here, so we can't forget about doing that even before you shoot it, which I haven't even shot this yet. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe if you care. If you don't, that's fine. Hey, thanks again. Take care.